G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel at Bonsai Works. Today I've got a Lilly Pilly which was being collected some time ago. Used to grow in a garden and now it's in a bonsai pot, growing away. Healthy, strong. Lilly Pillies are just, really rigorous and great for beginners, especially if you're new to bonsai. Lilly Pillies, no problems. They just grow and grow and grow. This tree is interesting. It's got two big trunks and a small one right off to this side. The big trunk probably comes forward a little bit. If I can show you there, see how it's much forward. Gives you a good idea of the dimensions. So, in a way, for me, I need to find the front of the tree. Front of the tree on this tree. People might think, yeah, that's good there, but no. Probably the best base is in there, isn't it? Can you see the best base? You see the three trunks as well, and the little one on the side. But then I've got the big trunk here, so it's kind of falling over this side, and I don't like that look. Makes it look unproportioned. I don't know. There just doesn't seem balanced to me. This should be the dominant trunk of the tree. So at the moment, it doesn't look like it's the dominant trunk. So my thinking is, even though the front's in here, which is good, I found a nice angle for it, and I'm going to try and set it up. All right. So now changing the angle quite dramatically makes this trunk much more dominant, or strongly, like really focal point, and this trunk is less. And if you think of a straight line will go up like that, right? Now this trunk is a little bit off to that way now. It wasn't before. It was pretty much dominant in the middle, whereas this should be the more dominant. So now I've got a pretty good. I feel the tree's a bit more balanced in this angle, at this angle. So that's probably the biggest change that I need to work on, and probably the best. Now enables me to work on the rest of the tree. The rest of the tree is pretty easy, in the sense that it's just a matter of wire and trim some branches and wire them out. Probably needs to be cut back as well in some areas. For example, one key, you can see this branch is really nice. Now, if it comes down a little bit more, I'll probably have to get my hand out of the way. Comes down a little bit more. See how it makes a much bigger canopy? Now you can see bigger canopy, and that's what I'm trying to get to. At the moment, it's very straight and upright. I want to make it look older. By making it look older, having a broader canopy, much bigger tree. That means this kind of gets irrelevant. It's only got a few little buds on it. I might actually carve this down, because this root here is actually dead, this part of it at the outside. So if I might be carving that, have a nice little bit of deadwood in here, nice deadwood feature, shari down that side, wire this out. Now, for example, this branch up here above it, it's bare. From here, it's bare to there. So you can see I'll cut that off and leave this side one. So that's the kind of thing I'll be doing, going through a tree like this and working through what branches I need to keep and get rid of. But for example, that's an easy one. So regardless of how the tree is going to look, that needs to come off. So there's a nice little branch here, nice little sub branch, but this part is all ugly and dead. So I'll just do it like this and get rid of it. Okay, so that's the kind of things I'll be doing, going through the tree and removing bits like that. I will wire it, but I might use guy wires as well. So I might actually use guy wires to pull things down into here, because these branches are quite thick, and I would have to use very heavy gauge wire to pull them down, and it's a bit of a waste of time because privets are going to grow so quick, wire is going to cut in, whereas I can have a guy wire less likely to cut in as much as heavy wire, things like that. Fine wire and fine branches, yeah, I might probably have to put wire on, but on the heavier stuff I'll just use guy wires. Now I probably need to, now that I'm thinking, I might have to do the deadwood first and get the I'll have to use some power tools to carve all this out. So I might get that started, and I'll put it on time lapse so you can see how I progress. So I've been able to progress this tree quite a bit. Unfortunately, the camera died, the battery died on it, and I couldn't get some of the work that I did on this side of the tree. I haven't finished this side of the tree, but what's happened is I've pretty much kept branches that I thought were going to be good and useful in the future, and you can kind of see the path that they're going. They're going upwards, yeah. They're not going flat and down like that. No flat branches going down like this. That's not how deciduous or even Lilly Pillies grow. So going for the upward growth, I did remove a couple of large trunks. If you go back and see, there's a big one at the back here that had no branching except for the top bit, so got rid of that. Got some smaller ones that are just inclined upwards. So I've got a couple branches lower down that I've just slowly, this one's inclined nicely, this one's a bit more flatter but raising the tips upwards. So pretty happy. I would like to block this area here. It would be nice to have a branch coming through, but might be able to do something with these branches on this side and block this straight part here. This is a nice branch that's come up. You can see natural looking upwards, sloping down and then upwards. Looks quite good. This side, I did remove a couple of little heavy branches as well. There's one here that really was quite out long here. Again, nothing on it except for the tip, so I've cut that off here. And I've just used smaller branches just to bring it in and raise a little bit. All branches should start to be going upwards, like see how it comes up like this and then out. Okay, this path. So just working through, I've only got the apex now to do on here, this one. Lilly Pillies grow very strong, so this should fill out a beautiful canopy within 6 months. I think this would be a really nice canopy of foliage, and it will just be trimming away, just trimming, keeping it trimmed in this silhouette, and having the branches where they are will hopefully make it a nice looking, broomy, kind of natural deciduous looking tree. I expect a bit more heavier foliage on this side, a bit more smaller on that side, so give you the contrast of the two trunks, and that's what I've done. You would have seen the dead wood development. Really nice little gin here now, looks interesting. Haven't lime sulphur it yet, but I will. But yeah, you probably saw me using a torch, a little bit of a torch, just a small one, just to burn off the fibres. Worked really well on this tree as well. That was really handy to do. Other than that, I'm just going to work away on this one, just trim away some of the branching, and then we'll come back. It isn't much more than finding a good branch, really. Just look for ones that are nice, it's good size, got the right direction. If you see like tough, like 5 in one little spot, you got to reduce, yeah? Things like that, very common sense stuff. And really it is just about a reduction. So there's some nice branching here. There's a nice branch here I want to use. This one's kind of a small stubby one that goes downwards. I'll probably get rid of him. All the apex will just be wide, more just slightly outwards, just to give you that big canopy look, and that's about it. So a bit more work here and then it'll be done. Okay. So with evergreen trees, or trees that don't lose their leaves but are broad-leafed, such as deciduous trees and etc., and this Lilly Pilly, it's really hard to achieve a really good result first up. You need to just set the structure of the tree for deciduous trees, and then use a lot of the clip and grow technique to actually get it to ramify and look much better than this. But here's a rough where it's looking at the moment. I think I like it. It's got a nice. This side's probably better than this side, but I think this side just needs time to develop some of these branches lower down, just to get them thicker and a bit more advanced. Other than that, pretty good. I like the apex. Looks a bit messy, but I know when it fills out, it will look quite nice. But one thing I'm going to do also, which might surprise you, is Lilly Pillies are just so strong that I'm going to repot this tree as well. There should be no issues at this time of year. It's spring, early spring still. Hasn't really started to shoot much, but yeah, these things will pretty much take a beating. So I'm going to try and repot it into this angle that I need it. Probably just in the same pot because I want to grow it on, unless I have something else interesting pot-wise to put this in. But at the moment, I'm just going to put it back in this pot. So pretty quick, simple video, but very important. I like this Lilly Pilly, repot it into its old pot, but at the right angle. Lilly Pilly is, very vigorous, no problems at all, recovering. So this thing will just really kick on. I expect it to really flourish in the new soil quality. It was really quite compacted, the soil, and the roots are really compacted as well. So really good fresh soil, new cleaned up the roots, fresh roots. Should just really breeze through now. Again, build the canopy through trim and clip and grow now, and that should be it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that one on this Lilly Pilly, and we'll see you soon.